For Raila Amolo Odinga to continue working with President William Ruto, some certain changes have to currently happen within Ruto's cabinet. And what are these changes, and who are the people that are supposed to take up the roles in these cabinet positions that are supposed to be offered to one Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga? Allow us to diverge into this conversation that has currently been going on a looming cabinet reshuffle. A significant cabinet reshuffle is in the works as President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga move to implement a power sharing agreement. Insiders have revealed that Raila is set to secure nearly half of the cabinet positions, making a major shift in political dynamics and giving his allies a strong foothold in the Kenya Kwanza government. Now, this development is expected to alter the balance of power as it is set the stage for a more inclusive administration that accommodates opposition figures. Among those likely to be appointed are former cabinet secretaries Peter Munya and Rafael Tuju, alongside ODM Director of Elections Timothy Bosire. Now, the inclusion of these three heavyweight politicians in the new government would mark a major political comeback, particularly for Munya and Tuju, who previously held influential positions under former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Now, Peter Munya, the current chairman of the PNU party, a stout Raila ally and former Agriculture Cabinet Secretary, is seen as a strong candidate for a senior role in the new administration, with sources claiming that he may be offered the docket of agriculture which he held during Uhuru's government. Munya previously played a central role in implementing agriculture policies and was a vocal supporter of Raila during the past election. Now, allow me to explain to you what the entry of Munyas in the current government of President President William Ruto means to the whole republic at large, and even to the whole dynamics of the dynamics of the Mount Kenya region politics. Munya was the first governor of Meru County, and after he was beaten by one Kiraito Morongi as the governor of Meru County in the second term, Munya refused to vie, or he put aside his ambitions to vie for the second time for the gubernatorial seat of Meru County in the year 2022. Now, the reason why Munya put his ambitions aside is because he was advised by one President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta that once the Azimio la Umoja government takes over, Munya would get a very bigger post in Raila Amolo Odinga's government. But that didn't happen. Now, Munya is a darling of Meru people. After Munya got out of power as the governor of Meru County, he was replaced by one the former governor Kiraito Morongi. Now, Morongi was beaten by Kawira Mwangaza, who is the current governor. Now, during the time for elections in the year 2022, Munya was expecting to get back into the political scene of the Meru County. The Meru people have been calling on the return of Munya in the politics of the said county, but Munya refused to go back to those politics. Then he was holding a very crucial cabinet docket as the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's regime. And knowing the influence that Munya has in the Mount Kenya East Bloc, he was to be a significant figure that could have brought a lot of votes from the Mount Kenya region in Raila Amolo Odinga's docket. And I dare say that among the 1 million votes that Raila Amolo Odinga got in the 2022 general election, a significant portion, about half of the said votes came from the Mount Kenya East Bloc. The reason why those people voted for Raila Amolo Odinga is because they believed in Munya and they believed in Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. They believed that these people had the right ambitions for what? For the Republic of Kenya. And so they supported Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, after Raila Amolo Odinga failed, Munya exited the national politics arena. He has stayed under the wraps and he has not involved himself even with the current ongoing shenanigans of the politics of the Mount Kenya region kingpinship. He has stayed away. He has not gotten himself involved with this politics. But now, if Raila Amolo Odinga gives him this position as a cabinet secretary in William Ruto's government, that means Munya's influence will return in the current government. And if Munya returns and Munya is influenced to lobby people from the Mount Kenya East Bloc to vote for President William Ruto or to support Professor Abraham Kedore Kindiki come the year 2027, then a very significant amount of people will change their mind on how they will vote in regards to the 2027 general election. Now, one thing we all know is that Raila will either make William Ruto or Raila will either destroy William Ruto. Now, if he brings people like Akina Munya, that means he will be building William Ruto. What can change is if Raila Amolo Odinga decides to walk out of William Ruto's government ahead of the 2027 general election. And if he walks out with his cabinet and his members of parliament. Now that is where he would crumble William Ruto to the ground. But as of currently and as currently as we speak, if the current cabinet reshuffle that is looming, then it would be very significant for Raila Amolo Odinga to have certain people that really know how to implement changes in the position that they hold. That includes Peter Munya. Now, Raphael Tuju, a seasoned politician and former cabinet secretary without portfolio under Uhuru's government, is also expected to benefit from the reshuffle. Reportedly, the appointment of Tuju is being pushed by Raila himself. On the other hand, Timothy Bosire, ODM's Director of Elections, appointment is seen as a move to pacify the growing influence of former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i in South Nyanza and former Chief Justice David Maraga, who has both sworn interest in running for the presidency come the year 2027. Now, let's go to Raphael Tuju. Raphael Tuju is regarded as one of the most performing members of parliament that has ever come out of the Nyanza region. Now, Tuju is a performer. Though under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, Tuju did not hold any position as a cabinet secretary. He was just a cabinet secretary without a portfolio. But we know, as the Secretary General of Jubilee, then Tuju was so influential, and he made some certain implementation that saw the light of the day. And he was so influential in campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga and making sure that Raila Amolo Odinga won the 2022 general election, though Raila lost. But one factor remains. Tuju played a very key role. And if Tuju is given a cabinet secretary role, and this time is given a docket that he can perform in, we shall now be seeing that the people of Nyanza region will start now rallying behind Raila Amolo Odinga's joined forces with William Ruto. Now, if Tuju performs, for Tuju is a performer, we know that. There is a high possibility that the ODM party might bring in Raphael Tuju come the year 2027, even to vie against Governor Johnson Sakaja for the gubernatorial seat of Nairobi. There are rumors that are currently being peddled that Raphael Tuju might be running for the gubernatorial seat of Nairobi come the year 2027. Now, in Nairobi, there will be a very, very, very high political tension then, because we expect that Honorable Babu Owino, the member of Parliament of Embakasi, he still be running. We expect Johnson Sakaja to be seeking his second term, and we also expect another member of Parliament of ODM, that is the Westlands member of Parliament, Bwana Tim Wanyonyi, to be vying for the gubernatorial seat of Nairobi. Apart from those, we also have Gachagwa's ally, that is MP James Gakuya. He might also be seeking the position of the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi County. So if this happens and Tuju is brought in and he performs, then people will have a divided loyalty towards Babu Owino. Are we together? Though there is a high possibility that Babu Owino might win, but there is also a high possibility that the votes in Nairobi County will be fully divided. Are we together? Now, while Raila's allies are poised to take up government position, some current cabinet secretaries face the risk of being dropped to make way for the new appointment. Sources indicate that CS appointments CS Justin Muturi, Water and Sanitation, CS Eric Muredi Muga, and CS Rebecca Miano are among those likely to be removed in the reshuffle, and also Deborah Mulongo, the Cabinet Secretary of Health. Now, their exit would create space for new leaders and aligned with the evolving political landscape. Meanwhile, the anticipated reshuffle is expected to reshape Kenya's political landscape significantly, with Raila securing a strong presence in government. The opposition's influence in national policy making is set to increase. The move would also have far-reaching implications for the 2027 general election, as it aligns key political players ahead of the next electoral cycle. Now, confirming this, a lot of publications have been made, including the People's Daily, as of today. They say that inside the government inside the government to help achieve these, Raila said in a hint of his allies being appointed to the government, some of the issues he said are to be addressed by the ODM and UDA. Raila disclosed include implementation of the NADCO report, high cost of living, and overtaxation of the people. It is RUTO who came to me, and that was yesterday, and asked that we assist them implement some of the thorny issues that have remained pending. We have decided to assist them achieve this, but in 2027, people will have to decide for themselves. Raila told some certain mourners yesterday in Kiambu County. Now, looking at a publication by one Cyprian Nyakundi, one of the most influential political bloggers that we have in the Republic of Kenya, this is what Nyakundi had to say in regards to the said cabinet reshuffle that is expected to happen in the country very soon. Now, listen, he says this. According to the said report. By the way, Raila must stop forcing issues. He is fighting for Kenyans' right. The same Kenyans have told him many times to stay aside and let them fight for themselves. But what did Mzee do? He uses their names and blood to make money. We must decentralize this. Now, apart from that, there was a certain publication that I saw, but currently it seems that it has been removed. According to Sipra Nyakundi, he had earlier insisted that more Raila men set for RUTO cabinet. Now, maybe maswali yangu ni haya. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen if this cabinet reshuffle is going to take place? Are more people going really to start supporting the handshake government between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto? And look at how Raila is playing it. Bosire has been brought in so that the people of the people of Kisii and Nyamira will feel as if they have been accommodated in this government, knowing that recently Raila Amolo Odinga was heckled in Kisii. Now he is trying to make a point. He is trying to tell the people of Kisii, I have not left you. I have not abandoned you. We are together in this. We are sailing together on the same boat. But what Raila is playing at, he is trying to diminish or to outplay one David Maraga, the former CJ, who is currently taking over Kisii via storm. Also, the former cabinet secretary, Fred Matiang'i, who has already declared his bid for the presidency. And when Raila Amolo Odinga went to attack them, that is when he faced a backlash, and the next day he was chased in Kisii. What is your take? Leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. And who do you think that Raila can bring in this government that will make people love him, or will make people love William Ruto? Can that ever happen again? Subscribe.